So, good day, ma'am. I am Noah Cabigon and I will discuss my insights about the topic given. So, the first is the capital budgeting decision. A capital budgeting decision is both a financial commitment and an investment. So, by taking on a project, the business is making a financial commitment, but it is also investing in its longer term direction that will likely have an influence on future projects the company considers. So second, we have the steps to capital budgeting. So in steps to capital budgeting, we have to first determine the total amount of the investment. And second, we have to determine the cash flows the investment will return. Third, we have to determine the residual or terminal value. Fourth, we have to calculate the annual cash flows of the investment. Fifth, we have to calculate the net present value of cash flows. And lastly, run a sensitivity analysis. So third topic, we have independent versus mutually exclusive projects. So unlike independent projects in which a decision to invest in one project has no bearing on the decision to make investments in another, investment decision in case of mutually exclusive projects is dependent on the relative merit of the projects. So fourth topic, we have unlimited funds versus capital rationing. So if a firm has unlimited access to capital, the firm can undertake all projects with expected returns that exceeds the cost of capital. So many firms have constraint on the amount of capital they can raise and must use capital rationing. So if a firm's profitable project opportunities exceed the amount of funds available, the firm must ration or prioritize its capital expenditures with the goal of achieving the maximum increase in value for shareholders given its available capital. So, fifth, we have accept, reject versus ranking approaches. So, the accept, reject approach involves the evaluation of capital expenditure proposal to determine whether they meet the firm's minimum acceptance criteria. So, the ranking approach involves the ranking of capital expenditures on the basis of some predetermined measure such as the rate of return. So sixth topic, we have conventional versus unconventional cash flows. So conventional cash flows will have only one internal rate of return, which should exceed the hurdle rate or minimum rate of return needed. So conversely, unconventional cash flows have multiple outlays of cash over a project's life and as a result, multiple internal rate of return. And lastly, we have decision-making criteria and capital budgeting. So in decision-making criteria and capital budgeting, we limit our discussion to discounted cash flow decision criteria, namely discounted payback period, net present value, modified rate of return, profitability index, and internal rate of return. That's all, ma'am. Thank you.